Hello, family. Thank you for tuning in to Provoke Thought. Now, the words we speak are not to trigger anyone, but provoke the thoughts of those with open minds that are not easily offended by curse words you may hear or content discussed to raise awareness on important issues. Now, if you are easily offended and not open to the thoughts of others, these videos may not be for you. So please just watch and listen at your own discretion. Thank you. In this day and time, it's very imperative that you know your place in somebody else's life. If you know your place in somebody else's life, then you don't overstep your boundaries. I find today that a lot of people are overstepping their boundaries and they think that it's okay, but it's not okay to overstep your boundaries. Now, I know a lot of people have asked me about, family issues, and I have spoken on a lot of issues dealing with the family. So I'm going to use the family as an example. In a family, everybody has a place. And in order for the family to work, you must know your place and stay in your place and don't overstep your boundaries. Now, most of the time, you do have a mother and a father. And the mother and the father is just that, the mother and the father of their children. Now, they do have grandparents, a grandmother, and a grandfather, but still, it remains at the end of the day, the mother is the mother and the father is the father. Of course, you have the aunts, you have the uncles, you have the cousins, you have the brothers and the sisters. Then some people even have god brothers, some people even have god sisters, along with the cousins. And most of the time, the cousins are raised together like brothers and sisters, but it still remains that everybody has a place and they have to play their part in that family, because so many families are dysfunctional because they don't know their place and they overstep their boundaries. You got the mother and the father trying to raise their kids one way, but then you got the grandmother and the grandfather trying to come in and overstep their boundaries and be over the parent because they are the parent superior. But yet and still, when they was raising the parents, they didn't want nobody, pulling rank over their head and trying to teach their child to do something over what they say. I think it's very disrespectful. Now, I respect all grandparents because sometimes grandparents do have to carry the load of irresponsible parents. But when you have responsible parents that are accepting their responsibility and can provide stability for their child, I think the grandparents need to play their role. You're the grandparent. You're not the mother. You're not the father. You're the grandparent. Play your role. Know what your role is and understand it and play your position. But when these parents, responsible parents, are trying to raise their kids, I think it's imperative that you try to teach these kids to do something different other than what their mother and father say. Because it used to be a time when it took the whole village to raise the child, but the mother, the father, the aunts, the uncles, the grandma, everybody was on the same page, and the kids had no room to play out against one another. But now, when you got the grandparents trying to tell the kids something different than what the parents are telling them, or you got the aunts and uncles trying to tell them different or step in or whatever, that's nothing but a bunch of chaos and it's a bunch of confusion, and it makes the responsible parents job even extra harder, especially when they're working several jobs trying to maintain. I think that is so disrespectful, considering the fact that you won't want nobody doing that to you. Like, I know I've heard parents say, "You don't do what nobody else tell you to do over what I say do." But now here you are, you got younger parents, and you're doing the same thing. Sometimes people need to take a look at themselves because we have a lot of dysfunction in the family. And the families are not together and they're falling apart because people do not know their places. And it's hard to listen to somebody tell you to do something when you've seen what they've done in the family. Some elderly people have really destroyed the entire family. by manipulation, playing one child against another child, picking out a scapegoat, overstepping their boundaries, and doing it purposely. Now, some, like I said in the beginning, some grandparents do have to take care of their grandchildren. But when you have responsible parents that's trying to do right by these kids, let these parents be the parents and raise these kids. Don't try to confuse the kid and have the kid going against the parent because you didn't like it if it was ever being done to you. It's all about respect. Elderly people don't like to respect younger people because they always think they know what's best. Well, you did know best. You knew what was best during your time, during your era. Things have changed now. And everybody needs to really work together just like they used to do during your time. But it's hard to work with people that's always against you, that's secretly trying to turn your children against you when you're doing the best that you can for them. Why even do that? What's the whole motive behind creating a dysfunctional family? What do anybody get out of having a dysfunctional family? People used to worry about their image back in the day. People used to worry about the family name. Now nobody don't care about having the family name. They don't care about the image. All they care about is the chaos, drama, and confusion that they can keep going on amongst the family. The family don't stand, they're not united. They don't stand strong together anymore. It's hard to stand strong when people are against you. And especially when you're doing the best by your children that you possibly can, and because you ain't doing it their way, they don't think you're doing it right. These is these people kids, not yours. You raised your kids already. Yeah, if they ask you for advice, it's okay to give it to them. But if ain't nobody asking you for advice and they are responsible parents, let it go. I understand if you got an irresponsible parent, that's something totally different. But y'all been messing with these responsible parents as well. And yeah, you got some irresponsible parents. They don't know that they irresponsible. And the reason why they don't know that they irresponsible is because they are a product of an irresponsible parent. And that parent don't know that they're irresponsible. It just don't, a lot of the stuff, it just don't make sense. And I'm not here to judge, but I'm just trying to provoke your thought on why is the family so dysfunctional? Why is the family not united? Why is it hard for us to do anything together besides funerals?